Basically, there are so many open source LLMs out there like Llama and all of those things, which you can get code in GitHub, right? So you can add your own content, you can create your own content, and then you can post it. Like, if your content is sufficiently large enough, you can make that LLM, train that LLM in that particular language or in that particular statement and things like that. So for example, like you can develop an LLM which is focused on just, let's say, legal cases, one that is just focused on education, one that is focused on maybe customer support and things like that. So those are flavors that you can create, and all of those flavors like can it can like give better output when since it is specialized for that particular task. But the attempts so far have been mixed. It's like so certain applications, the flavoring, the different flavors of the models have worked very well, but in certain other cases it has not worked very well, where for example, sales, uh, a bot that is just trained for sales and conversations just for sales does not work well. Sales is like having a you have a general conversation with a person, and then there are so many aspects of that conversation that needs to be there. So right. So what you see mostly in the internet right now is not completely 100% real, right? If it was 100% real and it was scalable, it would go as viral as ChatGPT, right? But you don't see that much adoption, that rate of adoption for many of the technologies that claim to do several things. Either it is a cost problem, either their infrastructure or the technology is not economical enough at the moment to be that widely used, or they are not funded that heavily, so that because of their based on their funding they can give it out cheaply, or their technology does not actually work that well, right? But yes, you see, that is where it comes in, right? Adapting a technology doesn't mean like that is what we all are doing as entrepreneurs and people. We have an optimistic output towards optimistic view towards every technology that is out there, and we will always try out all of those things and things like that. But it takes several iterations for it to go to like the hands of the real user and to be used. For example, let's look at self-driving cars, right? That it started like 6-7 years back when people started having the first concept self-driving cars, and then there have been so many companies like Waymo, Tesla, everybody is using it, and still now it is not like widely popular. It is widely being used, but it's not widely popular, I would say. Like you don't see like let's say 20%, 30% of the cars even using self-driving right now. It's like maybe 2-3% maybe. That's how it is. So that is the like cycle of technology development. It's like you need to have the primary technology R&D and built. You need people to come and use it. You need several iterations of development, and then risk management, risk assessment, all of those things to happen, and then only it will become a form of product in which it can be used, and then it should also be able to deliver results in a very consistent fashion. What right now is the biggest problem with AI is that consistency. You can't 100% expect it to be consistent across the board with so many different like use cases and things like that, or variances within the crowd and things like that. So that is something that we what I think is like blocking, and that's where the specialty models comes in. Like if you build a specialty model for just a particular use case, it will be more suited for just doing that job. Just like humans who take a degree or something like that, you can somebody who has an MBBS degree is definitely going to be a better doctor than somebody who does not have an MBBS degree, right? Similarly.
So what are the options to right now you for developing a model? So like this sort of ChatGPT or Gemini, like this. So there are many other options.
Yeah, so ChatGPT and Gemini are at a very different level. That's not something that I think any of us will be able to compete with. Their infrastructure, the level at which they are playing, the amount of data that they have, and the amount of the sheer amount of money that is required to keep those engines firing is like pretty huge. That's not what I don't think we'll be able to compete in that game. But the thing is, what we can do is like there are so many other open source libraries like Mistral and Llama and so forth, which are designed to be easy to train and easy to use and so forth. And what we can do is like if you have a specialty application that then we can compile data. Data is then the main bottleneck, where to find the data and what data to find, use and things like that. So once you have identified your data, it is very much easy and straightforward to train on top of these models and build your own custom models based on these LLMs and text libraries and things like that, and then you will be able to use it. And then there are several services out there also that right now provide this as a SaaS. You go in, you create your own account, and then you can upload the data that you have, and then they will run the training, and then they will give you the model and you can use it. So such kind of services also exist right now, so you can use one of those things. And these services exist across the board. For LLMs there is one service, I forgot the name, but then for stable diffusion there is Civit AI. That is one website that provides customized models for image generation. Similarly, there is one for video generations, like that. So these are all evolving technologies, and as we speak, all these services exist, but more and more will be coming, and each of them will be specialized in some particular task or particular thing, and we just have to pick one of those things and then train our model to meet our end requirements.